Hello guys, how are you doing? I'm gonna explain to you today, and I'm gonna be very straight up, how to learn a new language. Easier, faster, and even more fun. Now, this topic that I wanted to talk about because this method, I used it to learn English and Italian, and I plan on using this method to learn the next couple languages that I'm gonna learn. Now, this method in reality was not created by me at all. I just put it into pieces. But in reality, it's a method that has been used to learn language since like forever. It totally works and it's a lot better than trying to learn and doing the boring stuff, right? So the first part and most important part of the method is first learn the basics. Okay, you don't want to get there without knowing anything. You should learn a couple words, a couple quotes, a couple sentences to know how the language is structured at least. A tiny bit, just a few hours. Put in a few hours to learn some words, the absolute basics. The letters and how exactly they are put together. It doesn't take a lot of time. It doesn't take a lot of effort. It's literally just the beginning of how to learn a language, right? So you just learn the basics. That's the first thing. Learn the basics. Second is, and this is what really separates you from most, is you're gonna want to put on a video or a series or a movie that you really enjoy on that same language with captions on that language, right? So instead of studying, I don't want you to grab a course or a video how to study that language. No, you're gonna want to put up a series or a movie or even YouTubers that you really enjoy that speak that language with captions on that same language that you want to learn. It's pretty basic, right? Now, the reason as to why we want to do this is because, first off, you want to be entertained. The people who learn the most are not the students. No, it's the people who truly get involved in the topic or whatever is going on in that same language. What I would do, for example, if you told me to learn a language right now, I would learn the basics and then I would immediately go into Mr. Beast channel and watch his videos on that language translated and the captions on that language, right? Now, the reason as to why you want the captions on the same language is because your brain hears the words and at the same time he starts to learn some grammar, right? So that way you can kind of relate one thing to the other. Your brain is gonna start to. That's the way I learn English. That's the way I learn Italian. And trust me, I got a lot of progress. A little with this technique, I got progress in days. You know what I mean? And for someone that knows a lot about languages, you might know that that's a lot. To have progress in days is insane. With this technique, I promise you, you're gonna get better in like months. Now, the third part of the technique is to just repeat it again. Keep listening to the same series. Keep listening to the same movies. Came, keep getting entertained with that language, with captions on that same language, again, 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 until you're really good. Until your brain is really into person with that language, right? When it's really ingrained in your brain. Now, once that happens, you might need to learn a little bit of grammar, to polish the language, but at that point, it's almost already known, the hardest part is that. So, I would avoid to put on captions on your language. Now, I understand that at the beginning, maybe you need some translated words into your language, maybe a few ones. But the reason as to why I don't put captions on the language I already know is because your brain is going to be overwhelmed with the new language and the old language. You're gonna want to create a new one, basically the one you want to learn, in your brain. Just like toddlers and babies, you know how they don't come into this world knowing any language to base, right? They just hear you speaking and they immediately start to create sense of the words. You're gonna do the same thing. You're not gonna start translating every word to your language because at that point you're putting more pressure on your brain, right? So that's not what we're gonna do. We wanna learn new words with the captions as they're saying them and be entertained. If you like some high dopaminic videos like Lambo getting thrown on a pool, then put it on that language. If you want to learn Italian, then do it on Italian. If you want to learn Russian, then watch it on Russian. As long as they're speaking that language and the captions are on that same language. That's it. You're gonna learn the basics, watch the videos that you want with the captions that you want on that language, and just repeat and repeat and repeat until it's done. At the end, maybe you need to polish a little grammar, a little something, but most of it is done here. Getting entertained, not being a student, but being someone who is truly, genuinely entertained with the topic. You're gonna be entertained in the drama of the series, and the language is just gonna be a byproduct. You're just gonna learn it as a byproduct. So that's pretty much it, guys. Thank you. Let me know if you need anything else. I'm gonna be uploading. Remember to like and subscribe for me to be able to give you more quality videos. Trust me, I'm gonna be posting some gems really soon. But whatever you need, this is just a small technique to learn languages. It has been nice to see you. Bye.